Right, so Hama, I've been wondering what is the true worth of the Ghana's music industry?
Well, we don't have any accurate data that supports what our industry is contributing to the GDP. We have no clue. Some time ago, I know Obrafour took it upon himself to embark on such an exercise. I never knew what came up out of that. He didn't really give us an accurate report. It was shady left and right. We still don't know what the industry contributes to GDP.
But what do you think has been the reason why we find it difficult to, or what has accumulated to us finding it difficult to know the true worth of the?
Because I don't think that it has to fall on a single organization. I think it has to be a government endeavor. Government has to, just like they're doing the census, they have to embark on a project to find out what exactly music is doing in the economy and how they can take advantage of the tax if indeed it's making enough money. Because if you don't know what the music is doing, you don't even know how to tax it. You don't even know the amount or the percentage the government is making off that general amount of, the 100%. We don't know what government could take advantage of.
Okay, but as an industry, do you think it's important for us to know net worth?
That is where everything starts from. I mean, you are entering the oil industry as an investor. You know exactly what the oil industry is worth. You know how much you stand to make, and you know the market share you have the potential of getting when you enter that industry. Every industry has data. You know, informal sector is shaky. A few industries like music, we still don't know how much when somebody records. Let's say when Richie records his voice, we still don't know how much the backing vocalist gets. We still don't know. All we know is when they perform, they get this. All we know is that when his costume to perform, his payment for music video, his this for that, you can quantify it. But when it comes to the guy in the studio that you are sending to buy refreshments for the studio, the backing vocalist, you're paying the transport for her to come and sing, all those parts can't be quantified right now. We don't have accurate
Proper
data.
data.
When we do, we will know how much exactly goes into the industry and how much we stand to make back if we indeed take it as a business, a real business.
Okay, Nigerians are doing better.
Yeah.
And maybe some years back, it's okay. We're like, oh, they have bigger population and whatnot.
That counts. That is a very big
But looking
contributor.
at, we are now in a digital world. We
Yeah.
share almost the same, audience.
No, we don't. We don't, because a lot of our works are vernacular. And when it is English, you stand a global audience. That one is normal. But when it's your local dialect, you have a limited audience. And so you can't measure them on the same scope. Besides, Ghana is 20 million, Whoever feels your work or your core fans, no matter what you think, your core fans will be in your country.
But they also do local dialect in their songs anyway.
It doesn't matter. I'm saying that your core fans are in your country. Nigeria is big. So if let's say 1% or even 10% of the country buys their music, it is way bigger than our, So I think that we will be doing ourselves a disservice if we compare Ghana with Nigeria. However, Nigeria as a country has come to understand the music business. And so their structures are tighter and more enforced than ours. Our structures are just, lame right now. We don't really have proper structures. Like I said yesterday, I was talking on George Quay's show. I was telling that our industry was built on a false a false idea. And now, what I mean by that is the businessmen who were supposed to build this industry, just like Clive Davis and Jimmy Iovine and P. Diddy and stuff do in America, the main people, the people who actually do this, who started this, were visa racketeers. And they didn't have no plan to build the industry. They just wanted to come and make their money and go. So they take an artist, they brand you, you make a hit song, then they take a visa for you and 20 others that they are your band. They go to America and they stay there and they make their money and they don't care what the artist, the figures, the numbers, because if you're making your money off visa racketeering and the artist thinks that he's actually playing shows, some of these shows, they go and play them at the basketball court, small place, or a community center, like 50 people sitting down. And he still makes money because he has 10% of the visa people who went, or he has 20%. So the whole music industry was built on false grounds. Nobody knew, nobody was out here to make money for the industry. So everybody was doing their own thing. And when the visa people stopped the business and the artists took control of their own careers, they started doing things on their own. Shatta Wale and all the boys who are surviving now, Sarkodie, they did things on their own. There wasn't no industry, there wasn't no hierarchy where structures are in place and they have to go and deal with this. If Sarkodie says he has sold 1 million copies, who are you to ask? In America, if Drake says he has sold 1 million copies, the system is saying it. Drake is not saying it. Do you understand? So luckily for us, now we have streaming. And so nobody can lie to anybody. So now we can quantify the sales, not hard copies, of course, but streaming sales and YouTube, we can quantify it. But we still need to find out how much exactly people make and how much they can contribute to the GDP. I mean, to the government, to tax. Everything must be, taxed. And once we understand that, then you're in real business. I'm in business. I pay tax, and so I know exactly what is going on. But in an industry where you don't pay tax, you just do your thing, hand to mouth. Everybody's doing their own thing.
But is it going to get better?
Yes, it's growing. We are talking. The more we talk, the reason why I'm here is that this is a platform for us to continue talking about it. And the boys are listening. The kids are listening. They are really looking at their works.
But are people in authority listening?
We are making them listen now because recently I heard Mark was appointed and he met a few people and I thought that was a photo op. Yeah, I was pissed. I expected a proper behind-the-scenes meeting with industry personnel first before the press comes in, because the press coming in and all, it looked like let's see. No, we don't do that anymore. Right now, we are going gaga on the industry. We need to change things now. The reason why I'm saying this is that we don't have an agenda as a national agenda. Nothing happens by chance. Everything is deliberate. This Nigerian Africa takeover, it was deliberate. They had plans, their Igwes and stuff. They sat down and said, look, let's push our boys. High life. We didn't have to make Lumba a local champion. We didn't have to do that. We could have made Lumba bigger than Mayway. We could have made him sell arenas, stadiums in Nigeria, South Africa. But we made him a local champion because of this attitude of each man for himself. Nobody is in control of anything. Yeah, but the point is that is who they are. They all are. Lumba is a local champion. Lumba is big. Lumba could have been selling stadiums in South Africa. Yemiano, we didn't allow the thing to happen. And it's about time we sit down, and if Mark is assuming office, I'm expecting him to call industry personnel and come up with a national agenda. I hear people saying we should play 80% Ghana music.
Yeah.
That's a fallacy. You can't force businesses like radio stations to do things by force.
But it's not in the
What
interest of the
reason?
industry.
No, but you can't force me to do it. Even in America, you don't force people to do anything. Incentives. What are you giving Joy FM? What are you throwing at them? Tax relief. If you play 80% of Ghana music, you are eligible for this tax relief. Reasons for people to do things. In America, they have Buick, Chevy, Cadillacs. These cars don't have any tax on them. They are American-made cars. When you buy a German car like a Benz or a BMW, the tax on it, you won't even buy it.
True.
So only the rich people buy it. So the incentives on the American cars is the fact that they've reduced the tax on it to let people buy. So the majority of the cars on American streets are American cars because people can't afford. So you make it easier for us to consume. Now, we all know what's happening in Hollywood. America passed the gay rights bill and they allowed people to marry and live their lives. Now, they also went ahead to make sure that they didn't want them to be discriminated against. And for that, they looked to Hollywood. Only the arts can change things. They looked to Hollywood and they made sure that, incentives are being given to anybody who puts a gay relationship in their series. If you don't, your series won't come out. 50 Cent was asked recently, why is the Ghost Book 2 all over? He said, look, you have to fall in line. It's a national agenda. We want the 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, the next 10 years, they'll be like 15 and they see a gay person holding hands and they're okay. They don't want people to discriminate. So it is a planned thing. You can't do things by chance. Everything has to be planned. And so it is sad. When Ghana is so cheap, Ghana is so easy. You go to Nigeria and I hear people are paying to get into interviews in radio stations. People have to have connections to do that. Davido comes to this country and I bet you the radio station will start painting their building just to get him in there. If he calls and says, look, I'm coming for an interview, they'll be so happy, they'll be scrambling. China hasn't still let Facebook in. China has their own Facebook called WeChat. And they have blocked Facebook up to today because when Facebook walks in there, WeChat will lose. And so protecting their own, they have blocked Facebook. So the issue here is incentives and strong arming. You need to strong arm people. America allowed Hollywood to sell Vegas. Vegas, Abonsem Gym, it's called Sin City. They actually have a mantra, whatever stays in Vegas, whatever happens
in Vegas
stays in Vegas. Why is that? They are selling you the fact that you can come and be as naughty as you want and your secrets are here. And the Russians, the Asians are all going there to spend money. So they are selling their place. Ghana, Mark is supposed to come up with plans to get Shelley and Layla to start promoting Kakum in their movies and say, look, you're eligible for this grant from government if you in fact involve these places in your movies. We have our airport is the talk of the continent. We need to show it off. The only people who know about it are people who work in here. How do we show it off? We need to let these movies do it, not people just passing through the airport to travel in a movie. I'm talking about a movie set in the airport. I made an example on UTV that all they need to do is have a story like a hijack movie from Nigeria. A plane hijacked from Nigeria needs fuel and they land in Ghana. And the film ends up in the airport of Ghana.
Okay.
The director ends up showing the airport. its beauty. This is how Mark should sell the industry. Incentives, radio stations, all the players, don't force them by force, go and do this. Give me a reason. Let the government throw in incentives, give us grants, tax relief, and these people will start pushing the agenda. And within 10 years, before my kids are 20, the industry would have turned around. This thing we are fighting for, it's not for us. You know what I'm saying? We'll be out of here when it's actually realized. You know, but we need to do it. You know, there are bigger things happening. And I think that this platform is big, you know, and I think that you should push for the main agenda.
But I want to find out if you've ever found fulfillment in music producing.
No, I haven't actually. That's why I was able to walk away and get into the bread business full time. I think that it was something that I was supposed to come and do. I came to serve because it's not easy. It's very difficult to walk away from a passion of yours, you know, but I was able to walk away because I felt my job was done. Coming up, I looked after the boys. My mission was to sort the boys out. You know, when I finished Obrafour and at this Obrafour's first album, I was bored. Everybody was doing chi. I wanted a new challenge. They said Hiplife can't do Ga. So I cited a Ga boy, Tinny, and I made them realize that no, this thing is not for chi people. It's for everybody. Then I set my eyes on Kwaw Kese because I wanted another feel. I didn't want to do one thing. People are just there like autopilot doing. I always wanted a new challenge. After him, I cited Edem. I wanted to go and do the away. Before I came back to Sarkodie, then I've always wanted to challenge, make a difference. I don't like following the crowd. You know, I'm not that kind of person. I've always been different. I dare to be different. And I think that that's what art is. So after serving between 98 to 99, actually, Paimuka, when I bought it out, I was 22 years old, 99. And I came out with it, running through the industry till 2017, when my partner in Kumasi, I joined him to bring the A1 bread here. Then I went into the bread full time. So it became, it was easy to walk away. But my real passion is film. I never got to do it because I'm a film guy, trust me. I used to watch movies on mute just to see the camera, like the positioning. I used to do this when I was like 15. I know everything about movies. My music is movies, if you listen very carefully. My music are all scores, film scores. You know, I'm a movie guy. And the music was because a friend of mine, just pushed me into the music. His name is Anof.
Okay.
He was like, Hama, the way you dissect music, you should be a musician. Let's try. So him and I formed a group called The Last Two. We believe we're the only two left to save Ghana music. Then when I started, he left and went to America. So I had to hold the mantle till now.
All right. Okay, so back to my question. You said you've agreed, or you basically said it yourself, that you don't find fulfillment in music producing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of artists are like that. You know, even people who sing, they're also actors. When somebody is an artist, the reason why it's easy for a singer to be an actor or an actress to be a singer is because the art is general. It's part of your blood. You can tackle various aspects of art. It's very easy because you're an artist. You can be a poet, and it will be very easy for you to get into another realm of the same art. You know, so.
Okay, but looking at the current crop of music producers, like the young ones, have you spotted any, talents you are impressed so far with their works?
I see that there's a lot of great talent out there. I like what I'm hearing on radio, basically.
Okay.
So I might not go into details. There's this guy, Smokey. I think he will be the next big thing, Smokey Beats. He's a beast of a producer. And I think that people haven't realized yet he's still coming. And eventually one day you will refer to this interview and say, Hammer said it.
Hammer, you said a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to find out what's the way forward now.
Okay, so basically I think that the governmental area, the national agenda area is a very, very big move. And I was making some notes here and I noticed that, the foundation of these artists also play a very big role. I noticed that Kiddy came from MTN Hitmaker, Sina Soul, Vodafone, Icons, Edina, Stars of the Future, Wayala, Vodafone Icons, or some Start of the Future, Ifia, Start of the Future, Frida Rhymes, Familia, Mr. Drew, Kel Songs, Becca, TV3 Mentor, Kese Mentor, Kaki, Start of the Future, Irene Logan, T-Flow, Next Big Thing, Amrado, Solid FM Freestyle. Even Sarkodie came from Duncan's Freestyle show on Adom. This means that, what this tells us is that the foundation, we need to build the discovery foundation. So I proposed a very wild plan to build arenas. The government needs to build arenas, neighborhood arenas, like Alliance Francaise setting. How Alliance Francaise is set is no theater with anything, just cement stairs with chairs and a stage, restroom, whatever, gate proceeds sorted. What it's going to do, one in Alajo, one in Ashaman, Medina, Kumasi and its environs, Accra, Kaswa, neighborhoods. If Kaswa, this weekend, Ashama boys are meeting at the arena. A local artist is performing. Somebody like me, somebody like Richie, somebody like anybody can just walk there, be invited by an A&R to go and listen to these boys. They stand a chance of being discovered. The boys don't have platforms to be discovered anymore. It's very serious. Even our comedians don't have a platform to go and display. I did the math, and these arenas will cost us less than 400,000 Ghana cedi to build one. The government allocates some serious amount, like $20 million for this. We can begin with the first phase. And the money this will bring, the artists that will be discovered, even the ecosystem on the ground, the kebab sellers will eat, the taxi drivers will eat, Uber drivers will eat, the cleaners, this will create another business. And this happens every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And these people will have, so that we'll reserve the dome and the theaters to Shatawale and Sarkodie. So these people will have to earn the right to get there. Now you build them and they get there. We have a channel now. We don't have all these people. This shows that everybody who is big now used to be on a very small platform. Thanks to MTN Hitmaker and the rest, they have done so well. And they have given these boys a platform to shine. Kwame Eugene, all of them. Now, we need to take it upon ourselves to build our artistry, to build the artist voice training. If we start from there, then we come and meet the national agenda I spoke of earlier. We are sorted. This industry, we can really push high life like Wale wanted. High life needs to go. What I deduced from what Wale was trying to say was that he went to sit in front of investors and invoked high life as our main. What are the numbers? Somebody said, Arnold said, high life is actually out there already. Fela came to take it and blah, blah. The numbers doesn't show anything right now. Investors sitting in front of you don't care your sentimental value of high life. They don't care whether High Life, you think, oh, High Life has been there, it has done this. Who cares? Show me the numbers. If the numbers are not showing,
Forget
it. So Wale was just trying to say that let's move, let's do something. Unfortunately, it didn't go out well. I didn't also do my communication well, and they didn't get it. But it was very simple. Wale was trying to say that let's make it count. So we can have that national agenda to push High Life. And all these guys are still alive. They can perform High Life all around the continent. And we'll have something, to look up to. So the future is bright. These new boys are thinking. They are taking their business serious. We just need to make the taxation and all the serious parts of businesses come to play, and they'll fall in line.
Okay. I know you don't want to go the direction of Gamro, but I want to ask you this real quick. Is there at least one thing you can commend them for doing?
Like how? Like what?
Is there at least one thing they've done for the industry or their members?
Listen, you can't commend anybody for doing something that doesn't work. Now, if you have kids, and your kids, you don't let them go to school, and they grow up to become irresponsible pests to the society, criminals. I'm not going to commend you for being able to feed them when they were kids. I'm not going to commend you for the result is what we need. We can't say, oh, you did this well, but this wasn't done well. It is only one result. Are the musicians getting what they need? Are the structures in place? People have come in to try to help Gamro, Kwaw Kese. These people have systems that could help Gamro. Gamro shut them out. They came to do a trial with Gamro. They shut them out just because that will expose data. And Gamro throws data out there. They will tell you, oh, we have 5,000 members, or we have this members. We have 4 million members. We have this, we have that. You can't verify. The same thing I was trying to tell you about Drake not being able to just put numbers out there. Gamro doesn't want anybody to come. They prefer their files. They prefer a way that when they come and put all these files in front of you, you can't go through. Because the computer will just say that your members are this. You only paid these people. Numbers. So they fail to work with Kwaw Kese, all the people who have come to help. Why is that? Do the math. They are trying to prevent any way of receiving real data. So Gamro, I'm done with Gamro issues. They are a waste of time.
Do you want to ever be a Gamro chairman?
Hell no.
Maybe we need someone like you to
No.
correct
We don't. I'd rather push another organization to come up with what they have. All Gamro needs is competition. Complacency. When we had only GTV, we didn't have a choice. We were watching whatever they gave us. When another person came, then everybody looked sharp. You have to keep up. Because now they have options. We don't have options. And that is making these people ride us whenever they like. So me, I'm not even a member anymore because I didn't even go and renew my membership. I don't.
Well, when you were a member, were you getting...
Nothing. You make us speak pidgin, sir. Nothing. I no collect nothing ever since. I registered Gamro when I released Deba. That was when I became part of Gamro. 2001 or 2000.
Nothing.
They've been sending people money, but it's ridiculous. You don't want to know. I'll do a better job paying the members of Gamro with just my personal account, not even my company account. I could do a better job paying our workers. I mean,
And
our
the
musicians.
members, yeah.
It's sad. People getting 50 Ghana, 100 Ghana and stuff. Why? These are big men, you know, and they don't have data. You see, the data has to show that Sarkodie's music was played this much. Based on that, he's getting this money. They don't have that. So they just give a flat figure to everybody. And they use their own intuition to say, okay, Sark is big, let's give him more. Oh, this man is an old man. He has played a very big role in the industry. Let's give him more. They use their own discretion to do whatever they like.
Yes. Wow, interesting.
They should be sacked, all of them. Anyway, let's.
Yeah, all right. So I want you to tell me the sad story about Ajikun.
It's just sad because I recorded a song in 2011 and I featured Sarkodie. Jekum just as a guy who used to be a cleaner in near the studio, and I recorded him because I saw him singing outside while he was sweeping, and he was singing Amachi Dede. And I asked him if he's a singer. He said no, but he can sing other people's songs. So I gave him a task to sing a song, to come up with a song and come to the studio. Let me see what I can do for him. It was a joke. I mean, basically, he came back. He said, "Oh, he just put together his story and a few, issues, and we worked around it. He didn't know anything about singing. I had to time him. I have to do everything. Eventually, we did a song. Sark walks into the studio and he hears it and he loves it, and we tell him a Jekum story, so he just puts a verse on there. It was originally for my reprisal compilation in 2011, and it was shelved because it leaked. And when it leaked, I lost total interest in the project. So I ended up shelving it totally. And it was out there, people had it, but it wasn't really out there like officially. Then in 2019, Ejekum reached out to me and says, Hama, please, can I get a video? I think people still like the song, and maybe you could bless me with a video so I can further my career. It was a good call. So besides, the concept was beautiful. The concept was about the plight of a traveler. So it was mainly touching on the hawkers, what they go through when they come from their hometown to seek greener pastures, and all these issues. So I thought it was a worthy cause. And so since I do bread and I have hawkers, it touched me differently. I'm like, okay, I think that I want to tell the story. So I went ahead and I did it. After he shot the video, Jekum saw the first cut and he went back to Nkoko, his hometown, where he's based with a small operation with his family. Then I hear he's not well and he's been taken to Koforidua Government Hospital. Not long after that, 2 or 3 days after that, I get a call that Jekum has passed. So it broke me. It changed everything. I lost interest in releasing the video. I totally shelved it. His family was grieving. Everything was bad timing, and I just left everything to be. And last week, after 2 years, George Kwaw put me on the spot and decided that he actually asked me if I lied to the public that the video was done. And so he challenged me, and I think that it was a great call, and I thank him for that, because what that has done is that has created revenue for the family, and I have decided to put the YouTube proceeds, give everything in perpetuity
to the family,
to the wife and kids. Yeah, so yeah, and another thing is people want to donate. People have been calling, trying to donate. And so I've asked the wife to come to Accra so that we can do a couple of radio stations and she can put their phone number out there, because people are genuinely touched and people are crying. Actually, I got a voice note from someone who was crying with the music in the background, saying that he just wants to send Jacom's wife 300 Ghana. And so, can he get the number? I decided that, look, we need to do this well. So I want to get the woman here, get some insurance company or a bank to connect with them so that they can have a fund for the children. So that it won't be just lose money spent recklessly. You know, their dad is gone, and the best thing we can do is package something for them. So I'll get a bank official and the wife. Then we do a radio tour.
Oh, wow.
Then we just get it out there.
God bless you. for
Salute. Little I can do, you know. Once somebody's gone, that's it. They are really suffering. Yesterday when I spoke to the woman, she was like, this is perfect timing because she actually slept in the hospital. The kids too are sick. And she's been in the hospital for a while. So when I said that people want to donate, she was like, Jesus, thank you.
Wow.
You know. So everything works, you know. And so that's the start story of Ejikumen.
Indeed sad. Really, really sad.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the music aspect and I want to find out if it's going to win as a Grammy.
Well, that I can't say, but I know that it's going to make the kids some money. That's the most important.
But you said it's not easy to get there, like in relation to Grammys. You said it's not easy to get there. What can we do?
What I was saying was, I was saying it in the context of our artists being bashed. And that they
Yes.
And I was saying that these people who have Grammys have connections and labels supporting them. You know, you don't hear Burna Boy saying Burna Movement, Burna Nation, Burna this, the Video Nation, the Video that. These boys we have here did this on their own, without any Sony, without any support from these big labels. The Video and all of them, they are supported by big labels. So they are connected to these Grammys. So for us, it's not easy for our boys because our boys are not connected and they've been doing this. So we have to commend our boys for even getting this far. We have to commend them for getting this far.
Instead of backlash, yeah.
So the Grammy is irrelevant, and because in our case we are not connected, and we have to do things the hard way. You know, Wale is not under any major label internationally. Even Nasty C is under Def Jam. All these guys you're seeing, Davido, Wizkid and all, they are all under big labels. And these big labels are in bed with these award shows, BET, Grammys, and it's easier, you know. So our boys, even going how far they've been, we need to salute them.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being very candid with me, and I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you so much.